Hello everybody, my name is Alan Heckman. I'm a group facilitator and I also work with ICA UK doing group facilitation training courses. We're making a few videos about some of the very core basic topics related to facilitation as well as some helpful tips and tricks. This is maybe the most basic core video of it all because we want to explain in this video what group facilitation actually is. And I do get that question from my elderly relatives and you might be confused too, and it would be only natural for you to be wondering what group facilitation actually is because the word is used to mean all kinds of things. It means all kinds of things. People use the word facilitate to mean training. They use it to mean different kinds of admin roles, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the formal role of a group facilitator. I work as a group facilitator professionally, and I want to introduce you to the way I think about what a group facilitator is. So to get us started, I'll put this up on the wall. This is our core question. What is a group facilitator? Let's start with the word itself. The group to facilitate means to make things easier. So that's a way of thinking about what it is. And maybe that's why the word has so many different meanings, is because you can make a lot of different things easier. But so it's not enough just to say it's to make things easier. We're going to talk about the role of the group facilitator, which is to enable groups and organizations to work more effectively. And there's a couple different ways that the group facilitator actually does that. So I'm going to talk about what those different ways are. Let's have a think. First of all, I think one thing that we should be concerned about is the distinction between the different roles. So I also work sometimes as a trainer, but training is actually a very different role from group facilitation. One good way to think about the distinction between training and group facilitation is the direction of the flow of information. When I'm working as a trainer, I'm here in the middle of all of these people, and I have content. The content is in my head, it's in my PowerPoint presentations, maybe it's in the workbooks or something like that, and I'm pushing that content away from myself out to those people out there in the room, right? The information flow is basically one way. Now, when you're a trainer, obviously you want to be really engaging, you want people to be participating and feeding back, but the core job of a trainer is to push the content out. That's really different from what we're doing in the group facilitation model. As a group facilitator, I don't have the content, I don't have the ideas in my head, and I'm not the one trying to push them out to everybody else. I would be failing in my job as a facilitator if I did that. Actually, what I need to do as a group facilitator is to bring the ideas from everybody else's heads into the middle of the room so that we can all work with them, right? So it's not really about me. Let's not say I'm bringing the arrows pointing towards myself. Instead, the idea is to get all of that experience, those opinions, those values, those decisions out of those individuals and into the center of the room where we can all meaningfully work with them and participate as a group in helping make them together. Does that make sense? All right, so that's one key way. It's about thinking about the direction of the flow of information. There's another really good way that I use to think about the role of the facilitator, and that's to consider the distinction between process and content. Let me explain what I mean. I've got another card up here. The difference between process and content. In every meeting or workshop or event that you go to, there's content. That is, there's the subject that you're considering, there's the ideas that people have, there's the decisions you make, the actions you plan, whatever that content is. It happens in every meeting and every workshop that you work in. And the facilitator is certainly interested in supporting and helping the group to be able to do those things, but the facilitator isn't providing any of the content. Instead, the facilitator is focused on the process side. So there's a real key distinction there between process and content. When I'm working as a facilitator, I'm trying to be in charge of the process. I've brought a process to the group that I'm pretty sure will help them meet their aims, and they're the ones in charge of the content. So I don't get to put my oar in. I have to be neutral to their content and help provide them instead a way for them to talk about their ideas and their values, their knowledge, and to make their decisions and plan for action together. I hope that helps. We're making other videos about group facilitation, so a lot of things about little tips and hints. So please make sure you check out our other videos if you can. We're trying out this YouTube thing to see how it works, so you can really help us out. If you'd like to like our videos or subscribe to our content, that would be really good. And definitely check out ICA UK on the web if you want to find out more about our facilitation training courses. Okay, thanks everybody. Take care. Bye.